Welcome back to Basic Bananas Radio, where we share tried and tested ways to grow your brand and get more customers. Everything from the latest in marketing and branding, right through to growing your team and creating an irresistible culture.
Welcome to another amazing episode with Basic Bananas, and today we have Justin Meadows. Justin helps service businesses secure their growth with AI SEO and a 24/7 website support team that makes websites effortless, secure, and conversion ready. He's the founder of TunedWP, a Mansfield-based team trusted by SMEs and agencies worldwide. Now, I've known Justin for coming close to a year. We're in a business group together, and the people in that business group sing his praises. I'm constantly hearing how he's a genius and he does amazing things to help them with their business, with their marketing. So I'm so excited to be having time with you today, Justin. Welcome to the episode.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Well, Justin, we were just sharing our excitement about what's happening in crypto. It's been a bit of a bumpy journey, but we're we're looking forward to some ups from here. Now, talking about that, that's financial technology. Right there in your bio, I mentioned about AI technology. So tell us about AI SEO. It's a relatively new topic to a lot of people. Tell us why this is important. Why should we be thinking about this right now?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is that w the market is changing, right? And so the big thing that's changing is that a lot of people are now, instead of going and using Google searches, they're asking AI tools to tell them who is the best business to recommend when they have a certain problem or need something. And the AI tools are, instead of giving you 100 pages ranked in Google, they're only giving you a handful of recommendations, and that might be just sort of 3 to 5 recommendations, and they'll weigh up the pros and cons of each and say why they're relevant to you and that sort of thing. So it's really important because in the future, over the next few years, the traffic through Google is going to keep on declining, and people will be relying more and more on ChatGPT, Google Gemini, that sort of thing for finding those kind of business solutions. And if your business is not one of those 3 to 5 being recommended, then you're going to be invisible to your potential clients. And so that like invisibility of your business really is the biggest thing that you need to overcome. I mean, that's already the case, and there's a number of different ways to get in front of your clients. But the reliance on Google search, Google ads, and traditional marketing methods is going to decline as more and more people rely on the AI tools that are in their pocket to recommend the best solution for them.
Justin, this really aligns to my experience even today. I went to the local shopping center, and I had to get a new modem for my computer. And I thought, oh, Optus is there. Perfect. I'm with Optus. I get it. Anyway, they weren't open. So whilst I'm sat there waiting for them to open, I asked ChatGPT to do some deep research and tell me what's the best modem. And it came up with, here's the best one for your, personalized recommendation. Here's the size of your house. Here's how many floors you've got. This is the type of device you need. And then it searched what's the best price, where could I get it? Could I get it locally, or is it best to order it online? It found out I'm best to order it online. It sent me straight to Netgear with the right model, click, done. Now, that's where we're at right now. But I'd imagine as we're seeing more and more agents and bots coming in, I know I've used ChatGPT to go off and book a restaurant for me. So
Mm.
I guess we need to, one, feature in the way that you've described, but two, what are some of the things that we need to do to our website so that it makes it easy for ChatGPT agents to go and do things? And I'll give you one quick example before I jump into that. I was trying to book a restaurant, and I wanted one in the neighborhood right next to me, and I asked it to go and literally book the restaurant, and it went for all the ones in the local neighborhood, and I saw it skip them, and it went to one in the next suburb, and it went there and it booked for me. It said, "Hey, now put your credit card details in here." Now, interestingly, those other restaurants just didn't have the ability for it to book for me, so it couldn't fulfill the task. So it went to this one that could book. So what are some of the things that we're going to need to think about here to make sure, one, we get recommended, and two, our website is immediately enabled for the agents to go and book and organize things?
Yeah, a few great points there. So, and the first thing being actually making your website accessible by the AI tools, and those the AI bots and crawlers and stuff need to be able to access your website, and a few hosting providers and like DNS tools and that sort of thing are blocking AI bots And I think that that's yeah, a big mistake, and you should certainly make sure that your website is accessible by the AI tools. Make sure they can visit your website and get the information about who you are. And the next part of that is making it very clear who you are and like who your ideal target customer is, who you're perfect fit for. And that's one of the biggest things that we do as part of our service, helping businesses. Because as you touched on a few different points there, the biggest thing that's different about AI SEO versus traditional SEO is that with SEO we're going for broad keyword phrases like best accountant in Brisbane, whereas with a ChatGPT recommendation, it's not so broad and general and succinct. It's more specific and contextual to the customer. So you've got to identify who is that type of customer that you're after, because they'll be having a conversation with ChatGPT like, I'm a tradie in Brisbane's outer suburbs and I'm looking for an account that works with tradies like me. So there's a lot more context to that versus the broad and more generalized Google search. So you really got to get clear on who you want to be attracting in terms of clients, and making sure that your website has all of the information that the AI tools are going to need to know about in order to make the decision and give that recommendation to that ideal customer. So, what is the information that those customers need to know about in terms of your location, the types of services you provide, how you provide it, how they can get access to that, depending on what type of business it is, and making sure that that information is not just clear on your website, but also on the other places that you show up online. So your social profiles, directory listings, all that sort of thing. It all needs to have a consistent message to it. Um, and that makes it clear, puts the pieces together for the AI tools. Because when you ask ChatGPT for something like that, like where can I go out for dinner or something like that, it doesn't just do one quick Google search and make that decision. It's making several different searches. It's checking a few different websites. It's checking the actual web restaurants' websites, but it's also checking review sites, and it's checking other blogs. There might be a list of the 10 best restaurants in your area or something like that. It will look at all of that sort of information to help create the recommendation for you.
Yeah, I love that. And the consistency of message is the key thing. Because I can imagine, my website may say one thing and my LinkedIn may be slightly different and my Facebook may be slightly different. But actually, the consistency then allows the model to say, hey, well, that's exactly, what Kevin does. That's exactly how Kevin or his team can help. You mentioned about being specific and contextual. So let's just say we've been doing SEO on our website anyway, and as you said, was this more broad and generalized. What do I need to start doing now on my website and across those other platforms to make sure I am specific and contextual?
Yeah. So two things that I see most business owners need to change about the way that they're doing SEO in order to make it more relevant to the AI searches is um, firstly being more specific to a particular ideal client. And that you might still have several different types of clients, or some of your services might be more relevant to different types of clients, but you want to get clear on who is the right client for that service, and make sure that it's really focused on that one ideal customer that you actually want to get. You want to get 20 more of those types of clients, or you want to get 100 more. Like if you got 100 more of those clients, then you'd be happy. So make it really relevant to those, because a trap that we all fall into as business owners is trying to appeal to as much of the market as possible, and trying to make, yeah, I can help that person, I can do this thing. And quite often on our website, we try and showcase all of the different things that we can possibly do. Because as a business owner, you can do little side services or things that are not quite your core, but you have the ability to help out those customers. But it might not be actually what you want to get more of. And there's no point talking about all of those things on your website, because you're just diluting your message and you're muddying the waters to the AI tools when they're trying to understand what you're good at and who they should recommend you to, and whether or not they should recommend you to this guy. Well, you're not really specialists in what that guy wants. You do all these other things as well. So you want to sort of trim down what you're talking about on your website and make it more specific. And if you have a few different services and a few different customer types, make sure that you have a separate page on your website for each one of those and make that page hyper focused to that type of customer or that specific location or that service type. So segmenting that and making it clear is one important thing to do. The other thing is to be more conversational in the language that you're using on your website. Write it as though you are talking directly to your customer and you're answering their questions. Having an FAQ section is a great way to sort of force that language, but you should also be using it with the rest of the content on your service pages, on your homepage. You shouldn't be talking about your business in the third person. It's better if you talk directly to the customer and think about the kind of questions that they might have at the back of their mind or they might be asking ChatGPT, and then make sure that you're answering those questions and sort of feeding the AI tools with exactly the right answer that you want them to say to those ideal customers.
I love that. And that's a really good thing that you can do right now. Have a brainstorm. What is your ideal client? So two things, who do you want to get more of or what do you want to get more of? Get clear on those. And then number two, what questions are they going to ask? If you have a whole section, FAQs, with the questions they're going to ask, that's really going to be helpful for the engines. You mentioned something there about having separate pages on your website that are very hyper focused. How far do we go with that? Because potentially, we do marketing education as an example. Well, we can help tradies. We can definitely help professional services. We can help, whatever full array dance studio owners. So, how hyper focused do we get? Do we end up with having like a page for every industry, or does that then confuse the engines?
Yeah, I would try to narrow it down to just the core ideal clients that you really want to work with, and there's probably only going to be a handful of those. So you don't want to turn your website into this like Wikipedia of all the different types of businesses that you can serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to really narrow it down to what are the best ones and the ones that you really want, the ones that you deliver the most value to, that you are really suited to, you're going to do your best work working with those clients. Those are the ones that you should focus on. There's probably only going to be a couple of those. And then with the other services that you or businesses that you can serve, you're not necessarily turning them away by not talking directly to them. So you don't need to be saying anywhere on your website, no, we don't work with accountants. If you're happy to work with accountants, but you don't really, they're not really your core target market. If accountant stumbles across you as referred to you or finds you in a search or ChatGPT recommends it, even though you're not speaking directly to that person, they're still going to be likely to get in touch with you and ask if you can work with them or whatever. So you're not turning people away by not focusing on them. But the important thing is for the right people, you are hyper focused and highly relevant to those people. So yeah, another thing is a common one is whether you work with residential customers or commercial class customers and that sort of thing. And so if you're wanting to get more commercial clients for your service, but you do a little bit of residential work here and there, you're better off focusing your whole marketing and messaging in your website on those commercial clients because the residential clients are still going to want to work with you if they've heard that you're really good and they've done a search and found you, and it seems like you're awesome. Then they're going to still get in touch with you and see if you can help them with that service. But for the commercial clients, they're going to be turned off if you're talking all about residential clients, and yeah, and you're not appealing to them, they're going to find the one that is appealing directly to them. So you want to pick which one you really want, make yourself relevant to those, and yeah, you're not going to turn off all the rest necessarily, but you want to pick the ones that you want to attract.
Love that. I've heard someone say before, it would have been American, they said the riches are in the niches, right? So
Yeah.
now it's very tempting for all of us, and I include myself in this, to be very broad. We can help so many people with all these different skills, but
Yeah.
really when we hone in to know that I am a specialist in this area, of course, then you're going to attract more people. And I guess you could be one thing to many or many things to one group of people. I guess you can hone in and decide on that way. So I love this. And
Mm.
just as a quick recap, then we get clear on who that group or demographic is that you're targeting, get very clear on, what are the questions that they're going to ask, and then talk directly to them and answer in a way that is if you're having a conversation with them. So these are really powerful tips already, Justin. What else do we need to think about here? What else do we need to be asking to make sure that we do rank higher in AI SEO?
Yeah, so what we've covered so far is really like the fundamentals that you need to have in place. You need to get clear on your messaging. You need to have that consistent messaging on your website, on your social platforms, directories, everywhere that you're showing up online, and you want to make sure that the AI tools can understand you and that sort of thing, and answer those questions that people will be asking. Um, the next most important thing, or sort of where the rubber hits the road, where you actually get real traction, is in um, EEAT, so expertise, experience, authority, and trust. These EEAT signals um, let the AI tools and also this is used by Google as well. These kind of things know that you are one of the best ones to recommend. So you need to be relevant, but then you also need to be worthy of the recommendation. And so for this, they're looking at things like reviews. What do other people out there say about you? Are you a trusted authority? Are you mentioned on other websites? So where is your brand showing up? Is it talked about on other industry websites? Um, and are you demonstrating expertise and authority in the market? Are you publishing helpful content? Are you showcasing the previous case studies or work or clients that you've worked with? Do you have the qualifications? Are you, uh, recognized in the industry, or are you part of industry associations? So all of those trust building factors, social proof, all of that stuff, all of that which should be on your website already, you want to make sure that you've got those things, your testimonials, your case studies, um, logos of brands that you work with or clients that you worked with, those sort of things, um, publishing great content, being helpful, and also not just on your website, but also on socials and engaging with people on in public social platforms like Reddit, LinkedIn, those sort of things, getting out there, being helpful. So all of that is also sort of fed into the knowledge graph of who you are as a business, and that is the sort of thing that ChatGPT will look at to make a decision about not just are you relevant to that person that's searching, asking about the service, but are you worthy of that recommendation?
Beautiful. And I think I can encapsulate what you just said there. A nice little sound bite. Get out there, be helpful. I think that's the
Yeah.
important piece. You go out there and you're helpful. People are going to be happy to give you the testimonials. They're going to be happy to give you the case studies. They're going to want to link into your website, and all of that reinforces the EEAT. And let me just recap, Justin. I think I missed one of them. It was expertise. What was the next E?
Experience.
Experience. Okay. And then
Yeah.
authority, and then trust. I love
Yeah.
that. This is amazing. Some very practical things that we can do straight away. Is there anything else we should be thinking about specifically in this area?
Um, I think that's sort of the main things that you want to be doing. A really good strategy that we use. So we've got a topic domination method, which is a bit of a framework for how we help people with the AI SEO, and there's five parts to that sort of framework. And the first thing is the topic brand assets. So putting together a register of your brand identity, who you are, what message you want out there, who's your ideal clients, that sort of thing. So getting that um, just documented and put together in a really solid format, and then looking at the technical foundation of your website. So how are we making sure that that brand identity and that information about who you are, who's your ideal client, is really coming through in the main pages of your website. Your website's structured correctly for the AI tools to understand that information, and you do things like using schema markup to display that information in the right way, and then looking at your whole brand footprint across the internet, your socials, your directories, other industry websites, that sort of thing. Then publishing answers, and for that we quite often create a pillar topic page that is so the main topic that you want to be known for as the leader in your market. We want to create a page that talks all about that and really fleshes it out, positions you as the expert on that topic, on that particular service, and goes into a lot of detail. So you sort of have the best resource in the on the internet for that thing, and then we use that to also create content in blog posts and social media and stuff, and link back to that core pillar topic. And then we start building trust and authority and the EEAT signals, and we can do that with strategic commenting on public social media, trying to get website mentions on blogs, podcasts, PR, that sort of thing. Get your brand out there, and yeah, build up those trust signals. Have a good review strategy to get more reviews on more platforms. Build up your case studies to showcase your experience in solving the problems that your ideal clients have.
Love that. And so 5 steps to topic domination. It sounds sounds like what we need to be doing. That's where our energy needs to go. Justin,
Yep.
this has been very powerful, very practical, super useful. Now, I know you've lent your time and energy today to the topic of AI SEO, but I know you also help clients with the website and their marketing. So tell us a little bit more about the other areas of things that you do for people, and if someone really feels connected to you, where they could get in contact with you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I started out working with SEO like back in 2009, just playing around with some personal blogs and that sort of thing, and learnt how it all worked. But then I didn't know how to monetize it very well at the time, and like the blogs that I had. So I started just offering these services to other businesses, and I quickly ran into the problem of their websites were holding back their SEO results. So I developed our service around supporting and optimizing people's websites. So we've got got a team of 25 in our support team now. We run a 24/7 support desk that helps people with website support, optimization, and just security, maintenance, um, publishing content for them, just making it easy to be a website owner, taking the hassles out of having your business website. And then yeah, so we've really just focused on that. I've worked for when I first started out, because I'm just in a small country town. I needed to have more reach, and so I made partnerships with other marketing agencies and SEO agencies, where they would be doing the strategy or the design or whatever, and then we would be doing the implementation. So we've got really strong processes that we've built over time around looking after websites and optimizing them to get good results. So that's one of the core parts of our business. And then over the last couple of years, we've been really diving into this AI SEO work, and the thing is that improving the AI SEO quite often also is doing all the right things that are going to lift conversions on your website anyway, and it helps with your traditional Google SEO. So it's really kind of a neat little fit to what we're already doing for our clients in terms of looking after their website and improving their website. So that's the main thing that we do, is look after people's websites and optimize them, and help them get found on ChatGPT and that sort of thing.
There you go. Sounds absolutely awesome. And the best place for them to come and find you if they want to get some help or some support with implementation.
Yeah, so tunedwp.com is our website. And yeah, send an email to support@tunedwp.com. That's the best way to get in touch. And yeah, if anyone's listening to this and would like to even just get us to do an audit of their website and let them know how we might be able to help and what they need to improve, then yeah, feel free to just reach out and yeah, we'll help you out.
Well, it sounds like a very phenomenal offer. And if you'd like your website audited, then it's amazing to have someone of Justin's experience and his team's experience offering to do that for you. Very generous of you. Thank you, Justin. So yeah, check him out at support@tunedwp.com. And wherever you're listening, check in the show notes. There'll be a clickable link there to get to Justin's website and his email address. Now, Justin, before you go, I'd also love to talk about this amazing necklace you have around your neck. I asked you about it before, and there's a bit of a story there. So now, for those of you who aren't watching on video, Justin has how would you describe it, Justin? It's a piece of tree.
Yeah, a bit of a stick, yeah, piece of tree. It's from a tree that fell on me and broke my leg when I was like 13. So growing up in a country town, we'd go out to the river. There's some nice rivers up in the mountains around here, and we'd go swing on rope swings into the river. And this one day, it'd been just after some flooding, and the tree was just collapsed at the roots, and the whole thing came down while my friend was swinging out, and the tree landed on me. Actually, it nearly crushed me. If I didn't hear it and jump out of the way, it like just hit the back of my head and then caught my leg, crushed my leg into dust. So it was pretty yeah, intense experience. But I guess I came out on top. I survived. The tree didn't, and I've got a little token here. I guess I'm considering it a good luck charm because since I've been wearing this, no more trees have fallen on me. So I think it's given me a bit of protection.
Can I
I
have one
highly
as
recommend
well?
it to
I'd like your good
everyone.
luck. I don't want a tree to fall on me. So.
You got to watch out for trees, man. When you least expect it, they'll just jump right, come up from behind.
Oh, you have a great sense of humor. But you and your friend came out okay.
Yeah, yeah, but it was actually trapped under the top of the branches for a little while, but it had another friend that was in a little boat, managed to pull him out, like just a little rubber
Wow.
ding. But yeah, yeah, so it's pretty full
There you
on.
go. You came here today for AI SEO, but you're getting some good tips on how to survive falling trees. So that's phenomenal. Justin, such amazing insight, and as I say, so practical, so many things we can implement there straight away. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything else that we should be thinking about today?
No, well, just the main thing is, I think this is a shift in the marketplace that you can't ignore. I think it's really important to position your business and pay attention to what's going on with the AI landscape because there is sort of like a first mover advantage here. If you get in and do the right things now, you can get out ahead of your competition. It's going to make it very hard for them to catch up and get in front of you later. And on the flip side, if you ignore this in a couple of years' time, you're going to be wondering why your leads are starting to dry up, and it's going to be very expensive and time consuming to get on top of it later.
There you go. It's going to be difficult to get ahead of it later. So you cannot ignore this shift. Justin, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything today.
Thanks for having me, man. Been great.
To get more from Basic Bananas and to learn new ways to grow your business with clever marketing, visit basicbananas.com.